Welcome to Talk Dirt to Me, where two farmers shatter myths and take on the top issues facing America's farmers. Here's your hosts, Logan and Bobby Lee.
What's up, everybody?
Good evening.
Good evening. We got another family event tonight.
A family event, guest episode, in-house guest. We kind of checked all the boxes.
We did. You know, this is the last family member that everybody has been asking, like, when is he going to come on the show?
For real?
Yeah, you know, there's been several people I've seen. They're like, when are y'all going to?
But I mean, it's the last one. Like, man, we've got so many more family members that we have on. Like,
well, no, that's true. I guess they did mention our wives. There has been a couple people that want our wives to come on the show. Which my wife's she's quiet. You know, now your wife's a talker.
My wife's got a loud mouth. Yeah,
she likes to talk. Like Marcy's real quiet. Like she's like, I don't know what I would even say on a podcast.
Well, hell, I feel like that's the way I am, like in real life. I sit here and talk. So
yeah, it'll come out.
Yeah, just got to get her liquored up.
That's right. Well, we let the liquor flow.
So
tell us.
Who is our guest? You got to introduce yourself.
All right, I'm Drew Hanks. I'm Logan's first cousin, Bobby Lee's little brother, 4 years younger than Bobby Lee, and happy to be here tonight, although I do doubt there's been strong demand for my presence. So
there has been people that are like, when are you going to have Drew on?
Well, it's only taken us 4 years.
I know. Well, and it took us 200 episodes to get our dads on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's about right. But, yeah, before we dive in too deep, we need to do our housekeeping real quick. Need you guys to hit that like button, hit subscribe, comment below, and let us know what you think of the episode. If you got any questions for Drew in particular, you can comment them below, and we'll be sure and get them to him. Go to talkdirtpodcast.com, and you can submit your questions on the contact page. Leave us 5 stars on Apple, Spotify. Hit the follow button. And I did. I've been working on the store.
I saw you had, and I thought about that. I was like, man, it was a beautiful day today. It was a good day. I should have got with you to get some pictures, but
I just ran. I had the shirt. I put on the Marlboro looking shirt this morning, and I told Marcy, I said, let's run outside. I said, we just got to get some pictures for right now.
I was telling somebody, I was like, we just need to get them up, and then like later on we can get like more professional pictures.
The captions are,
because we know our hardcore audience that really wants them. They don't care if that we got like. They're professionally photographed.
They just want the shirt.
They just want to be able to see what they look like, hit order, get them for Christmas. But you should have plenty of time to do that.
I need to see if I can pull up this caption and read it to y'all. So I was working on the captions, and I utilized the help of my Terminator.
I was about to say, I know exactly what you used.
Yeah, to come up with these for the description of the shirt. And the skullet description is pretty good. It's pretty darn good.
Well, I feel like ultimately at some point I need to take my hat off, put the shirt on, and model that one for the photos.
I agree. Now Drew is y'all are brothers, but Drew did not inherit the skullet genes.
No, that's the worst part about having to work with him every day.
You get to see his hair.
But no, I'm like, which you have hair.
Yep.
But I always say, like, my dad and my brother are two of the only men in our family that still have hair. and I just have to work with them every day.
Yeah.
You still have hair.
Yeah, I got a ton of hair.
Like, your dad's just like me.
Yep. Big C was that way.
Yeah, both my granddads are bald. On my mom's side, her youngest brother, he's still got a pretty good head of hair. Definitely better than me. But her older brother, more along the lines of me. Yeah. I'm just like, and dang it, I got to work side by side.
You got to see it.
And we're in the office, so not wearing a hat or nothing. But you still be amazed how often people can't tell us apart.
Really?
I mean, side by side, obviously they can, but he'll have worked on a dog a month ago, and then they'll be back in there, and I'll be working on it. But yeah, just last month, I'm like, what? And I'm like, I don't remember. And I look back, and I'm like, no, he was the one that saw it. So.
Wow, they get y'all mixed up.
But I'm like, I guess people just aren't that superficial.
No, they must not. Must not be looking that close.
Yeah.
Now, Drew, you still got a really dark beard, too. You don't have, do you have much white in your beard?
Not a ton. I mean, there's more now than there used to be. But no, there's not a ton.
Yeah, which obviously you grow a lot more beard than either of us do. But
I got I'm the youngest, and I got the most gray.
You're about 2 years away from being Santa Claus.
I know. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, dang, I got the most gray. Yeah, well, while I'm pulling this up, tell them what else I need to do.
So, of course, y'all know all the things. Leaving the ratings, reviews, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. Hey, it's even better if you listen on one, but you have the other. You can go ahead and rate us on both. Helps us out, just helps with the credibility, helps it, more visible to a broader audience. Really appreciate that. And of course, agzaga.com. The three of us all have young kids.
Yep.
They all appreciate all those farm toys, whether it's the Breyer horses or the tractors, all the different farm equipment. Use that discount code TalkDirt20, $20 off, a $50 minimum order. And then of course they got all the other good stuff too. I actually saw where, I believe it was from AgZag, they were talking about how the tariffs are going to impact things like bail net wrap, because unfortunately the net wrap, which is their biggest item, it's
imported.
Yeah, it's not made in the U.S. And so they were saying how you may want to go ahead. I mean, obviously, if you know you're going to need it for next year, it's something that's not going to spoil.
Yeah,
you may want to go ahead and buy it. But yeah, anyway,
Dang.
Whatever you order, use that discount code TalkDirt20. May need to research that. That might be a good topic.
Yeah,
especially before the end of the year, if we can tell people get those orders in quick.
For sure. All right, I got it pulled up here. So you can see this is the preview. There's the skullet, got the shirt, but price, get to select. Like it looks
all
official.
The sizes, yeah.
Yep, and it's got an inventory. So if you run out, like it'll tell you on here.
Right.
But let me read this. This is the caption. Inspired by Bobby Lee. Some men fear baldness. Some men fear mullets. But Bobby Lee, he looked destiny dead in the eyes and said, "Why not both?" That shirt is for those bold enough to embrace the most dangerous haircut in the farming world. Business in the front, apocalypse in the back. I was like, that is just perfect.
I've always heard it said, because the mullet is business in the front, party in the back.
Yep.
I've heard people call it out of business in the front.
Out of business.
And party in the back.
Yeah. No,
that's pretty good.
I liked the apocalypse in the back. Yeah.
Was that Chat GPT or Grok?
That was Chat GPT.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
That was Chat GPT. But so there you go. By the time this episode drops, our store may very well be live.
But there'll be 4 designs, which you hinted at the Marlboro logo, but of course it says Talk Dirt to Me, the skullet, and then the other 2 are really like graphic.
Yeah, the bull, the cocaine bull, and then the
and see, I didn't even realize it was cocaine.
It's
just kind of a cool looking like bull head.
But it's kind of got like a splash of powder. Hey, I mean, it can be dust.
Well, yeah, right. I didn't know if it was dust or just like, it's a cool morning. He's blowing, just some condensation.
Yep.
And then, maybe the one I like the best is the tractor.
Where he's running from the cops.
Guys on a 1066. And the cops are chasing him.
Yeah, that one is just, they're all great shirts.
That kind of encompasses the full,
Talk dirt to me, man.
Yeah,
Bobby Lee, he doesn't buy drive-out tags, but once every 8 years.
Everything I own is legal right now.
But no, guys, they should be up by the time this drops. And unless I run into any snags, but I don't think I will. So, Drew, you just got back from the NFR.
Yep.
Yeah, really cool experience. First time out there. Highly recommend it for anybody that hadn't been. It was kind of, I guess you could say, a bucket list item, and we'd been trying to go and had an opportunity kind of fall into our laps where we got to go with a veterinary pharmaceutical company that my wife works with. She's an equine veterinarian, and they had probably 40 or 50 vets out there, and I got to kind of tag along as the significant other, and really cool event.
Yeah, man, it looks like an awesome thing, and that's what I plan to go. We were hoping to get out there this year.
Hell, you were out there one year
and didn't even go.
During the NFR, didn't go.
I know. And the guy that I was out there doing the show with was like, "I can get you tickets to the NFR if you want to go." And I was like, "Nah, man, I'm all right."
Which I know y'all had tickets. How hard were tickets to get if you didn't already have them?
You could still get them. I mean, there was people out there trying to buy and sell every day.
So it's like scalpers out there?
There were scalpers out there, and then at one of the trade shows, they had like a little booth. We went to round 2, which would have been Friday night, but we stayed Saturday night, and I looked at going to round 3, and we could sit kind of probably 10 to 15 rows up in the second deck for like $145 each.
It's not that bad.
Nah.
And the guy told me, he's like, how much do you want to spend? I said, oh, about 200 for 2 tickets. He said, come talk to me in a little while. Like, pretty much, if I hadn't sold them, we may be able to make that work.
Oh, I guess just to get rid of them at that point, because they're specific to the day.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Well, that's what, like football games, they'll tell you all the time, if you're willing to wait till right after kickoff, well, they're practically giving them away. You know,
Well, yeah, because I
they're
guess
trying to get anything.
they're worthless.
Because they're stuck with them. But
yeah. Well, that I definitely plan to go next year, and
well, I say that every year. So.
Well, I was ready to go this year. I had the wife ready to go.
Yeah, well, and then now we made the bold statement last week about we were going to be at National Farm Machinery Show, and I would say at this point it looks like I'm not going to be able to go.
Yeah, we're going to go to that one. I'm going to leave. We're leaving Thursday.
So you're definitely going. You're taking the whole family.
Yeah, we're all going.
If I can go, it'll probably just be me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll be there.
Yeah.
So you need to get there. It's funny, Drew. I was in Mount Zion up here the other day, and they asked me. They said, "How many of y'all are veterinarians?" And I said, it's a bunch in the Hanks family, and she said, yeah, because I saw that like best of Tipton County or whatever the thing is, and she said it was like Robert Hanks, Robert Lee Hanks, Andrew Hanks. Like she said, it was like all these. She said basically, regardless of who won, it was going to be a Hanks.
It was the battle of the Hankses.
Yeah, who won that battle?
We don't even know.
No, we do. I won.
Did you win?
Okay, well, the last time I asked, because it had already passed, I was like, well, we're not even really sure who won.
Yeah, I didn't get notified. Somebody just sent me a text where they saw.
Oh, you don't get like a cool award?
No.
It's for those out there outside of our audience, it's like our local newspaper, which, of course, unfortunately, print media has kind of died a slow death over those last 25, 30 years. Because I remember, like, as a kid, where like it was a big ass deal to get the paper.
Oh yeah, the leader, yeah.
Like because it came out like twice a week. It's not a daily paper, and now it's like, I mean it's. Well, I think all newspapers, even the big ones, have kind of gone.
Oh yeah, the digital route now. But yeah, I told him. I said Bobby Lee. I said Drew's wife, my uncle. I said all of them. I said they just are a lot better at school than I was.
And then we have anher uncle.
Yeah,
like sometimes when we're like at Thanksgiving or Christmas, there might be five vets there.
Yeah, if everybody's there, there's 5.
Yeah.
So if somebody's listening and you have like an animal emergency around Thanksgiving or Christmas time,
please show up.
You need to show up
on a holiday to our house.
Now, Bobby Lee's had people show up at his house.
Yeah.
Have you had that happen, Drew?
Not yet, but it's coming.
Yeah.
Because I've got some really good clients that live really close, so it's coming.
Yeah. Now, these weren't even clients, were they?
Oh man, you never know. Like, I mean, I guess they kind of become
after that. Yeah,
and look, I don't want to, but it's always funny because it's like my really good clients are like, man, we ain't gonna bother you after hours. Like, we hate to do that. And then I'll have people call me up that like, I mean, and some
see you once every 5 years.
Nowadays with your cell phone, like everybody has a phone number. You know, keeping your phone number private, but like, it's like, I've never even seen this animal before. And here it is, because it's 9:00 on Saturday night, you're calling me?
Yeah. You're the emergency, man.
Well, I was like, well, maybe it's because it's just a puppy. Well, no, the dog's 10 years old. Yeah, we normally go to the other vet in town. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Does it not make you want to be like, did you try them? Did you call them?
You know, I try not to be a dick, but I'm definitely thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you'll see somebody in the Mexican restaurant on Friday night, because we're pretty much there, and they'll say, hey, there's my vet, and you look back and you literally give them a rabies vaccine every day.
Yeah.
That's all you do.
Which I don't want to turn this into this whole subject, but it's always funny because we have some awesome clients, and but then somebody will be in there and they'll be like, yeah, shoot, I paid for this latest edition y'all did.
Oh, that's nice.
And I mean, that's like whatever. They're kind of joking, cutting up with you, and I'm like, you look, and they're like, yeah, they come in once a year and just get a rabies vaccine, which is great. Like, do that. You're staying legal, but
what is that, like $50?
No,
less than
20.
Oh, so they damn sure.
And look, there's a lot of people that don't even do that. So, but as far as what's legally required of you as a pet owner, that is the absolute bare minimum.
Oh, you're legally required to get a rabies vaccine.
For a dog and cat.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I mean, they're not going around like.
Are you supposed to do that every year? I mean, ours get their shots. But.
You can do a 3-year.
Gotcha.
Once, well, we don't have to get into all the technicalities, but yeah, they have to be up to date on the rabies vaccine legally. Now, again, they're not going around, asking for your papers.
Yeah.
You're not at risk of animal control showing up and asking for them.
Gotcha. I didn't know that was required.
Yeah, it's technically legal.
Yeah. If a human contracts rabies and it's not called early, it's fatal. So
Yeah.
that's why they don't play around with it.
And then the only way to check, don't they have to cut the head off the animal?
Yeah.
They got to check the.
Yeah, there's no antemortem test. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of that,
Well, and that's a good reason why you want to have them vaccinated, because if you do get into a weird situation,
they're going to kill your dog.
well, you could get into a situation where it can come to that, where your dog has bitten somebody and they're trying to prove, and the only way to prove your dog didn't have rabies is a post-mortem exam.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to
Damn.
test brain tissue.
That's really rare, though.
Oh, yeah.
Rabies is so rare, but yeah, if they're vaccinated, the animal control officer's probably not going to go to that point.
Well,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's specifically for our area too. Now, some of our listeners may live in an area that has a little more of a rabies risk than we do.
Now, y'all, when you were at NFR, speaking of, this wasn't rabies, but this like weird herpes, basically outbreak. You said they were having to really lock down the horses.
Yeah, and that's not my wheelhouse. That's my wife's. But yeah, the equine herpes virus, there's been an outbreak, and essentially there's a neurological form of that virus. And if contracted, it can be a serious deal. And they had some issues at some prior shows, so they had really increased biosecurity. Were really strict. They're checking temperatures and stuff a couple times a day. Everybody had to be vaccinated, and the vet that was over the rodeo came and talked to the group of vets that was there, because that's a hot topic. And yeah, they're doing some increased measures, I think.
Yeah,
to prevent it.
they shut down some smaller rodeos.
Yes.
Because the dude that helps us on the farm there, Brock, they're big into rodeo, and several of the ones they were going to go to got shut down, just to, to try to stop the spread.
Well, there's been all kinds of, like, my wife and them are going to a show, which I would agree, like a smaller show that's not that big of a deal, like, yeah, just play it safe. But that was a big deal going into the NFR. It's like, what are they going to do? Like, they can't hardly afford not to have it.
Oh, God, yeah, that'd be a...
Which, during COVID, that was the one year the NFR, since it moved to Vegas, that it wasn't in Vegas.
Where was it that year?
They had it in...
Texas, wasn't it?
Texas, I can't remember the exact venue. Right there, the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Hell, they really couldn't cancel an event like that, because you got a lot of guys, they depend on that.
I think a lot of it came down to Nevada's kind of a blue state, and of course they were acting like idiots, and yeah, sure enough, it was in Texas that year. I actually knew a lot of people that went that year,
Yeah,
which is kind of funny, because they were like, well, yeah, we're going now because it's a lot easier.
So they might have had a better turnout almost.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to get to Texas than it is to Vegas from here.
At
least if you're not willing to fly.
Have they ever talked?
Which y'all had a little issue there, didn't you?
Yeah, we got out there about 5 hours late, which the Memphis airport is nice because it's really small, so you can get through security quick, but there's not a ton of flights coming in and out. So there was a mechanical issue with our plane, and so that delayed us on getting another plane out there.
Wasn't like they had another one leaving, an hour later.
Absolutely. But it turned out okay. We just stayed an extra night, and
So y'all did stay an extra night.
yes, because of that, we were going to come back first thing Saturday morning, and then we ended up staying Saturday night. But I mean, it wasn't a huge deal. Just went to the bar pretty early at the airport, waiting on the flight to actually get there.
Yeah.
Not much else to do at the airport.
Yeah. Man, knock on wood. When I flew to Vegas, it was fast, but like I said, I got there really late. It was a late flight. I got to Vegas at like midnight, and which is 2 hours. I think Vegas is 2 hour
2
difference.
hours ahead of us. Yeah.
So I was burning fumes when I got there, but yeah, no, man. And y'all were saying, see, I missed it last night. I didn't get to watch NFR. I've been watching it every night because I've been trying to watch Lane Mitchell, Will Loomis, and of course, Levi now. He's my son. He's a big Rockersteiner fan. Like he's like, oh man, he's got the red red outfit with the skulls on the side. Like Levi just thinks it's cool.
Punisher, yeah.
And so he's like, hey, there's Rocker Steiner. Like that's the only one he knows. But he gets pumped
Levi
up.
needs to get his ear pierced.
He does, yeah, Rocker. I told him, I was like, yeah, you see, he's got his ear pierced, and which he's only 21.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of guys that are like 19 years old.
Well, the rough stock events, don't a lot of them make it to their late 20s. Not still in the game.
That's true. Yeah. Well, that's
it's about like football. Like
I always thought JB was older than he is, but I think he's only like 40.
Yeah, I don't think he's that old.
Yeah, but he's like, he's fused. You know, what I mean, he basically doesn't have a spine anymore. He's just he's been so fused together.
Well, and like the bull riding, it's always, I mean, like last year in the bull riding, like a lot of the guys that I really followed weren't even there.
Yeah, because they were injured.
Yeah, because I mean that's just it's well, J.R. Stratford, he's one of the guys I follow pretty closely, who can't remember 22 or 23 was his last time there. I guess it'd been 22. He missed like the last two with injuries. Well, hell, he'd been having a really good week. Last night got hurt, and so he's out tonight and tomorrow night. They're going to reevaluate him, see if he can ride by Friday.
Dang.
It's like that, which he wasn't. He was like number 5 in the world, which he was pretty far back. Probably wasn't in a real strong position to really make a move on the world title. But hell, every night there's a chance to win $36,000.
Yeah.
And then once you have to sit out 2 rounds, chance of placing an average would go to pretty much zero. So,
oh yeah. Well, that's
potentially costing him, $150,000.
That's about like, I would almost equate it to UFC fighting. Like it's a young man's game. I mean, it is like
especially the rough stock.
Yeah. Like Tim O'Connell, when I did talk to him, his tailbone had been shaved off.
Yeah.
Like he had said he had broke his tailbone so many times that they finally just like shaved his tailbone off.
Removed it, yeah. But
so yeah, it's hell on a body. I mean,
oh yeah, no, it's all those guys are young. I mean, every now and then you got one that's just like a total anomaly that just
roping would be the best place to go.
Team ropers, yeah, you can rope for a long time.
And the steer wrestlers are not, which one of the guys tore his MCL.
Oh, those guys are hurt all the time. Yeah. Now it's again, they can generally do that. Some of those guys have been doing it 10, 15 years. Not a whole lot of bull riders that have been riding especially for 10, 15 years.
The dude, Tucker Allen, who was, I don't know if he's still like in first but he was really close. He's the lightest one of all of them. I heard him saying he weighed like 185 pounds. And they said he was actually the smallest of all the steer wrestlers because like Will, I think he's about 6'3", about 250 pounds.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely an advantage there to being big.
Yeah. Yeah. So what happened? What did I miss last night? Because I didn't watch it last night. We had a Christmas program.
Were you watching live last night?
Yeah, I was. The big controversy was Stetson Wright, I guess, in the saddle bronc. They said he missed his mark, and he had a good ride, and of course he's done really well. He also is in the bull riding, but essentially it went to review. The announcers were like, no, that was wrong, and they upheld it. And he didn't get a score.
Yeah, that's what made it worse. I think this is the first year they're doing video review for certain things, like if they slap them with a free hand, stuff that can easily be seen on video and said, no, it's wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, the judges in the arena got it wrong. Like he clearly marked the horse out.
Would they? So they called it a no ride.
Oh yeah, he got no score.
Was it really like? I guess it was real close to him getting. Did he get thrown off or something?
No. So marking your horse out. So in saddle bronc and in bareback, when the horse leaves the buck and chute, the heels of your feet have to be, and I say this, I've never been on a bucking horse. I've been on horses that bucked with me. I've never been on a bucking horse, but just watch a lot of rodeo.
Yeah.
Heels of your feet have to be above or in front of the point of the horse's shoulder.
Okay.
Through the first jump. You'll hear them all the time saying, oh, there's a good mark out. He really marked him out.
I did hear, yeah.
And you'll see some guys, like, they clearly missed the mark out. Like, their feet come down, they're all out of position. Well, that's a DQ. Like, you're done. Well, what was a big deal is, so Stetson is winning the all-around. I don't know if the all-around's pretty much over, but, like, he is a huge lead in the all-around.
He's been kicking ass in bull riding.
So the all-around champion just means your total money won across all events, which a lot of guys just compete in one event, but he competes in two. so he's in line to win the all around. He's right there, really close in the bull riding, and he's won, a bunch of world championships in the past, and he's really was coming on strong in the saddle bronc. He was way back, but he was number one in the average. Well, the average pays $96,000.
Yeah, that'd be a nice.
And again, for our non-rodeo listening fans, the world championship is based on how much money you won all year. Whoever wins the most money all year ends up the world champion. So at the NFR, you can win. Well, every night, the winner of each go-around wins $36,000. So, I mean, that's what I was thinking. Them throwing that flag pretty much took him completely out of the average. And, of course, he couldn't win anything last night. And I don't know if it would have been a good enough, if it would have been a high enough score. But, that one call could have cost him $130,000.
Yeah, shit, that'd be terrible.
And I read, too, that only 3 previous times has there anybody ever won a Triple Crown in 1 year. So won 3 world titles in 1 year. And he was, poised to do it.
Damn, man, that really sucks.
Like he at least had a chance to make a run in the saddle bronc, win the bull ride, and like I say, I think he's going to win the all around. And yeah, like they just took it like one, and it was so blatantly bad. Like everybody, it's been all over social media. If you follow rodeo people, like how do they? It's one thing. It's the same way like when you watch football. Like okay, they got the call wrong on the field or in the arena. It's in the blink of an eye. Guy makes a judgment call. It's wrong. Okay, but now you got these jackwagons up in the booth that are getting to watch it like in super slow motion. And when they still get it wrong, that's when there's no excuse.
Yeah.
But it pissed him off. It was actually pretty cool. Did you watch any of the interviews with him?
Yeah, he handled it really well. And probably the coolest part is he turned around and won the bull riding after that.
Yeah. That's what he said. I was mad. He said exactly what I needed.
Yeah, social media has been all over them today. The thing I didn't like, which I don't watch rodeo terribly close. Typically, I've watched it close this year because we went, or at least the NFR. But what was really cool about it, like I say, there was a lot of outrage about it, and it was pretty clear that they got it wrong. But what I don't like is like the review happened really fast. Like it was like, okay, they should correct it. The announcer said that, and like 10 seconds later, they're like, no, it's upheld. It's like, hey, just like take your time and get the call right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which it is very fast paced. Mm-hmm. They're pumping them in and out really fast, and
they understand. Like pretty much all sports. It's spectator driven. Like sponsor. You need eyeballs watching. You don't want it to drag out.
But
that's one of the arguments against the way they do it in football and everything else. Like it takes so long.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm sitting here on my couch and I'm like, hell, I can see right here he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
Why is it taking them so damn long to figure this out?
Yeah. Yeah, that does suck. Yeah, and which is wild to me that a dude does too, because Stetson, you're just doubling your chances for a terrible injury.
A lot of years in the all-around, because, the NFR is the top 15 in every event. And some years, because you can win all-around money. Like a lot of the guys that rope, like they may rope in multiple events, but they're not. They don't necessarily make the finals in 2 different events, and so they get to the finals. They're just trying to win as much money. But there's actually Stetson Wright is in the finals in both bull riding and saddle bronc, and then Wasey Shala in the bareback and the bull riding.
Yeah,
and it's been an awesome battle because like both of them are doing really good in both events.
Yeah,
it's like this could come down to the wire. And
have y'all been watching the barrel racing? And watching it really dedicated.
So my routine is I fall asleep by about the time the saddle bronc riding. Like I missed it last night. I'd fallen asleep. And then the next morning or like during my lunch break the next day, I'll watch what I missed, where I left off the night before. And unfortunately, I usually fast forward through the barrel race.
Well, that's what we have what few eggs we're getting right now with the temperature kind of messed up. We wash them before we take them to the bakery up here. We sell our eggs locally. And I've had the NFR on every night. And, man, I'm like, when it's the bronc riding and then going through all of it, the steer wrestling, the team roping, like, man, I can't hardly quit watching. I'm so hooked into it. And then last night, or let's see, today's Wednesday, so it would have been Monday night. when I was watching because I didn't get to see it last night. So Monday night, I'm over there about to wash the eggs, and Marcy comes through there, and then I start going over and I start washing the eggs. I'm not watching anymore, and she's like, "Oh, are you done watching?" I'm like, "Well, for a little bit. I'm going to wash these eggs for a little bit," because I said the barrel racing's starting and then the bull riding's afterwards. And she was like, "Do you not watch the barrel racing?" I was like, "No, I don't watch it. That's like the WNBA." But I told her, I said, they do it. They know what they're doing. Because, and I'm sorry, I know we have listeners that barrel race, but they put it strategically before bull riding because they know most people
bull
want
rides at
it's
the end.
It's the main event, and so they're like, if we put this right here, then people have to watch.
Well, no, while we're pissing off barrel racers, you're talking about the equine herpes virus. The joke going around was like, apparently herpes outbreak at a barrel race is only a big deal when it involves the horses.
And no comment.
Barrel racers get a reputation for being a little like.
Isn't that what the chick is on Yellowstone?
Yeah,
like Jimmy's cracking.
They totally leaned into that whole stereotype. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and Ryan Bingham, what's his name?
Oh, that chick.
Walker. Walker. Yeah, they were all barrel race. Like they, Taylor Sheridan, like totally was like, we're totally gonna lean into the barrel racer stereotype.
Yeah.
For Yellowstone.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah. I don't know. I've enjoyed it. I just love watching it. I think it's cool. It's still a cool sport.
Yeah, right. No, I'm going back. Ryan Bingham's actually married to that gal now.
The blonde-head chick?
Yeah.
Really?
The one that he's like in a relationship with.
She's a good-looking gal. He did all right.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Okay. Dang, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. There's speaking of them, I know Landman season 2's out. Either y'all Landmen watch that?
I'm an episode which, like we just every night right now I'm watching the NFR. And so we've kind of put the Christmas movies and everything on pause. So I'm probably. I know I've watched at least 2 this season. I don't even know what episode they're on.
I don't know. I've watched the first one. Have you watched it, Drew?
I've watched a bunch of trailers on it and stuff, but no, I hadn't.
It's good.
You haven't watched Landman at all?
It's far-fetched, but it's good.
I mean,
it's just like Yellowstone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Yeah, I hadn't gotten into it. No, it looks good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's good, but it is very far-fetched. So the equine herpes thing, though, again, I'm still like, so does that spread like normal herpes? Are these horses just cracking like wild animals up there?
No.
So herpes virus.
Or are they kissing each other?
Like the general public, when they hear herpes, like, they're thinking like genital herpes. And
like J-Rod, or what was it, Aaron Rodriguez, A-Rod, the one that was spreading herpes to everybody?
Hell, I don't even know that.
Wasn't he the one that, or no, Derek Jeter. It's Derek Jeter.
You're pulling out stuff I
Yeah, man, I don't know.
Yeah, he has Derek Jeter. Wasn't he with the Yankees?
Yeah, you can't be dragging his name through the mud.
He has have you not ever seen the roster of women?
No.
He gave herpes to.
Oh, well, I always it was like the roster of women that he had dated. And
they're bad to the bone.
Literally, it's like
the hottest chicks in Hollywood.
Like 80% of them have been like in Victoria's Secret.
Yes. Yeah, it's the hottest been, and I think every one of them has herpes now. And they all traced it back. There's like a trail of herpes, and it all leads back to Derek.
Well, I had never heard that, but now so herpes virus is like, I mean, the virologist at UT, she used to always say, all God's children get herpes. It just meaning every species, and there's a cold sores are a herpes virus. Like there's a million, I mean, maybe literally, I'm sure there's herpes viruses we haven't even discovered yet.
Yeah.
And so but I mean, one of the most common vaccines we give is for feline herpes virus. And it's just upper respiratory infection.
So then what do they get it? How are the horses getting it?
Yeah, Drew will have to tell us this.
Well,
he's an expert now.
No, I work on dogs and cats. My wife could answer this better, but I think it's more close contact, respiratory, things of that nature. And I think the issue with this is it's the neurological form. It's like a different strain, and like I say, this is not in my wheelhouse.
So would they not even necessarily show signs, or the signs that they show wouldn't be like a physical? It might be more like they act kind of nutty. I mean, is it kind of that?
Oh no, I mean they can show neurological signs where they're weak in their hind legs, stuff like that. And like I say, I don't work on horses, but I mean, what they're looking for are fevers.
Yeah.
There is a vaccine against the herpes virus. It does not technically, protect them against the neurological form, which I think is EHV4. Like I say, I don't do this.
Yeah.
But I think the big thing they're looking at like the NFR and at events is they're checking temperatures a lot. And if there's a fever, they're going to take that horse to isolation, keep it away from everything else. And I think like out there, one thing the vet was really, strict on this year is like those horses, once they get there, they're not leaving.
Yeah.
Because there's a ton of rodeos out there in Vegas.
See, I didn't realize that till you were telling me that.
Yeah, and like I say, I don't know the scope of it, but I kind of started to understand it. Like there's other events at other areas, NFRs at Thomas and Mack, but like at the South Point, there's a bunch of roping, there's bull riding at other areas. So like, but those horses, like if you qualified for the NFR, your horse stays at the NFR. You can ride that night there, and then the next day go try to make some money during the day at another event. They're keeping everybody there, checking temperatures multiple times a day, stuff like that.
Well, like, and people who've been watching, you notice, used to for the grand entry, every contestant comes on there, they got the state flag, and of course, some states, got 15 people, and they're all horseback. There's none of that this year.
Yes.
They're all just walking out there in the arena.
Yes, they all walked out there. So yeah, the grand entry changed. And I think they're being really strict with like, hey, all the barrel racing horses, they're in a barn or an area of the barn with just the barrel racers. Yeah. They're not mixing horses from different events, if that makes sense. Yeah. They're like wiping down everything in between events.
Wow.
They took the biosecurity measures.
It's like horse COVID.
That's what I was just sitting here thinking. I'm like, sounds like horse COVID. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I guess is this a thing where if the horses get it, you said there's a vaccine. I mean, but if they get it, do they have it from then on?
They can clear it. I think in some cases it's absolutely fatal.
Yeah.
But some of them are going to work through it. But like I say,
it's horse COVID.
If like a barrel racer,
they might die.
If a barrel racer's horse got it, it would more or less end that horse's career.
Oh no, not necessarily. It would end the NFR event for it.
Oh yeah,
gotcha.
They make them isolated.
Like if it had a fever, they're going to take it to an isolation area, probably there.
Yeah,
and then they're going to immediately test it. I think it's probably a nasal swab, and then I mean they're not riding that horse anymore, but that barrel racer's going to get on a different horse.
Yeah,
like sometimes they don't even ride the same horse every night.
Yeah. See,
they've all got multiple options there, whether they use them or not. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's I just think it's cool, man. I think the whole NFR thing is just a neat event. I saw Instagram's been flagged a couple because I follow the NFR on there. And other night I was scrolling through Instagram, and the NFR's post came up, and it had a sensitive content warning. And so I was like, oh, damn, somebody must have got, like, gored. And I clicked on it, and it was just calf roping. And it was just a really good calf rope. And, like, and the people in the comments were like, this is absolutely barbaric. They need to end this. Like the PETA people were coming out in force.
Oh, and even if you watch on the Cowboy Channel, you'll notice they'll show them catching the calf, but they don't show the calf stopping.
Yeah.
It's in the rope. And I remember when it used to be on ESPN, they would never, they'd show, calf roping was always the worst because, you can't even see if he jerked the calf down or not.
Yeah.
But they didn't want that to be on TV. Like, what the hell? People are soft.
Snowflakes.
Yeah. That's what I said. I commented on there. I said, sensitive content warning. What? And this somebody commented back, and I said, people are soft. I was saying, man, it's just soft.
And I mean, the calves get up and run off, go back there in the pen behind the arena and eat and drink and get fat and happy.
Yeah.
And then they end up being a steak a few years from now.
Yeah, as long as they don't get herpes. I mean, they might get herpes. It's like a retirement home over there.
I think the cows are good.
Cows are good. So,
but like Dr. Kennedy said, all God's children get herpes. I don't know what herpes viruses affect cattle. It's probably bad for me to admit, or even if they do. But yeah, that was always her thing. Like
all God's children get herpes.
Yeah.
I did see. Just see they announced an aid package.
I did. Yeah, I knew we needed to get into that tonight. So, you're getting your welfare check.
Yeah, I am. Let me tell you what happened. I did a New York Times interview yesterday,
Are you shitting me?
I'm not. So
They're going to misquote the shit out of you.
I was very strategic.
They're going to Logan Hanks, Munford, Tennessee.
He hates Donald Trump.
Donald Trump's a dickhead.
Yes.
Like, this is straight from his mouth.
Yeah. Dude, it was, I think it was yesterday. When did they announce the aid package? It was the
I
day?
think it was yesterday. Yeah.
Okay. So yesterday, I was on Instagram, and I just had a message request. You know how you get like the 3 sections, and I had a request. I get in there, and it was this chick, and she was like, "Hey, Logan, I'm so-and-so with New York Times." And she said, I'm a video journalist with them, and she said, I would like to do an interview with you and talk about Trump's aid package for farmers and the assistance and all this, and the effect of the tariffs. And so I said, yeah, I'll do it. And so we did it yesterday afternoon about 2:00. Now I went in prepared because I'm like, all right, New York Times, they're liberal as hell.
They have an agenda.
They absolutely have an agenda. And she told me, because I felt like a damn politician after that episode because, man, I was strategic. Like I didn't elaborate on a lot of stuff. And I mean, I shared, like I told her, I said, the assistance package that they've promised is actually not enough. Like if they truly want to do a bailout, if my math is mathing, then this aid package, and I guess we'll back up here, it's a $12 billion aid package. $11 billion is promised to the row crop guys.
I heard that they're holding $1 billion back.
Yeah. So last I saw, it was $155,000 cap per entity.
Which the one thing I did like about it is supposedly all this money, it's not taxpayer money. This is all tariff money.
All right, see, is it? Because, see, I heard the other.
Okay, well, we got conflicting.
See, that's what I heard somebody saying this was not tariff funds.
And I know some people would argue, well, the tariffs are paid by the
that drives me crazy when they say that.
But anyway, like it's not, you know.
But see, I did see where Trump said we're going to take a little bit of the tariff funds.
Okay.
So Trump did say that, but then I had somebody try, and actually it may have been this New York Times journalist that said otherwise. But see, she had done her homework too, because that interview I did with Real News No Bullshit, in there I mentioned, they asked me, they're like, did you vote for Trump? And I'm like, I voted for him 3 times. And so yesterday she goes, so I know that you said you voted for Trump 3 times. And she was like, do you still think that was the right decision? And I was like, yeah, I do. I said,
who the fuck else was I going to vote for? I mean,
yeah.
Tell me who the third party was, because there sure as shit wasn't any other option that was worth a damn.
Yeah. Well, and I told her, and I didn't hold back.
Do you really think Kamala Harris would get us through this shit?
Hey, she's coming to the Orpheum.
I saw
y'all gonna
her.
get y'all's tickets.
Hold on.
When is that?
She's coming to she's doing a book tour or something.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, she can't even fucking read.
You need to get your tickets.
Right.
Well, my kids are going to the Orpheum this weekend for the Nutcracker. I just want to make
she's
sure
gonna
she
be
wasn't
there.
going to be there.
Yeah, she's going to be there.
Then I have to nix that.
You will never convince me that she wrote that book.
That's what I told somebody tonight.
She can't speak a coherent sentence.
Yeah, I told somebody that tonight. I said, she did not write this book. There's no chance she wrote the book.
I'm not sure that she can read off a teleprompter. You're trying to convince me that she wrote a damn book?
Yeah, what's it called? 107 Days or something? Ain't that her book?
Buddy, if I knew the name of that book, I would be embarrassed.
I think it's 107 days, because it's supposed to be the length of her. That's why she lost in her mind. She didn't have time to prepare. If she had time, and I told, me and Marcy were talking about it. I said,
she lost. Well, out of respect for Drew, I'll keep this a little more PG than I normally would have. We all know how she got into politics. She greased the right wheels, and she got to once you get to the top, there's not a.
Did she slob? Was she slobbing?
There wasn't a pecker to suck on that could get you into that seat. And that's exactly.
Yeah,
how she got into politics.
I agree. Yeah. So for our listeners, if you really want to go hear Kamala, she's going to be at the Orpheum in Memphis here. I don't remember the date. Marcy told me today because my mom texted her and was like, I need some ideas for Logan for Christmas. And Marcy was scrolling through something, and Marcy goes, I know what she needs to get you for Christmas. And I was like, what? And she goes, the Kamala, she's coming to Memphis. She needs to buy you a ticket. I said, oh, hell, I'll go. I'll have something to say. If I can, like, have a conversation with her, I would go. I'd love to tell her my thoughts.
You will be unburdened by what has been, or what was
what was her, shit, I can't remember.
Hell, it made so little sense. Why would you remember it?
Yeah.
It was like,
I would go just to try to, like, if I could actually, like, ask her a question.
Is the day after today. On the day after today, it's tomorrow. Or whatever she would, you'd be like, what?
She's either the deepest thinking mind or just an idiot.
No, I'm pretty sure once you really, like, wrote it all out, because it was like, you're like, no, that's like.
She just is an idiot. Yeah.
No, man, and I almost felt bad for her, because, like, literally she got to where she was on zero merit, and then it was.
Oh, I didn't feel bad for her.
Well, it's kind of like.
She worked her knees off to get there.
Well, but you're right. But it's like the dog that catches the bus. Like, oh shit, what do I do now?
Yeah,
you know?
that's true. Yeah,
like hell, I got here. Like Willie Brown put me here. Now what do I do? You know.
But yeah, I mean, what do you think? What are your thoughts on the aid package, Drew? Have you seen any of this?
Just a little bit of it, and I hadn't read into the details. I mean,
do you think we're a bunch of damn welfare queens?
Well, and I kind of cut you off. The $155,000 cap.
Oh, yeah. They just said $155,000 cap. Here's the speculation. $31. Now, this is speculation, so this could change. I mean, it could be crazy. Yeah, who knows? Right now, what I'm seeing is $31 an acre for soybeans and about $48 an acre for corn and about $98 an acre for cotton.
And so, I know last year you said $150 an acre.
Yeah, it's worse than that this year.
Yeah, so this is not even.
This is just. I'm gonna be real. I don't even understand the point. Like, it's so. And I know there's people like I've said this. Beggars can't be choosers. It's like, hey, if we're asking for help and they give us a little help, then I guess it's like, well, I guess I need to just be happy with it. But at the same time, I don't understand the point, because if we're $200,000 or $250,000 in the hole, and somebody were to float you $40,000, that really don't do a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like you at that point. I'm like, we're just gonna take a hell of a vacation.
Yeah, yeah.
Because this won't satisfy a single one of my creditors.
No.
that I owe money to.
No,
we might as well just go.
So, what are your thoughts, Drew?
I mean, the big thing is it's probably not enough. I didn't know the details, but obviously, probably y'all's audience understands that, you know, we need farmers. That's, you know, it's national security to be able to produce our own, you know, crops and food. But you're right. I mean, it may kick the can down the road. Obviously, the bigger issues are trying to, you know, either input costs have to go down.
Yeah.
Or, you know, the commodities have to go up. And I don't have direct skin in the game. You know, I have cattle and work on dogs during the day, but like some of my best friends are row crop farmers.
Yeah.
And like talking to them, one of my buddies from a couple hours north of here that I talk to 2 or 3 times a week, he said, I have zero problem, you know, selling corn at the price we are now if we could just get our costs down.
Yeah.
He's like, but, you know, one side of the scale has to change. And, you know, I saw too where Trump had talked about, you know, I guess they're trying to get the cost of equipment and stuff down and how it's easier to fix and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, hey, if that really comes to fruition, not to change the subject, I mean, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
For y'all.
He talked about doing away with deaf.
Mm-hmm.
I did catch that from.
Now, I got interesting thoughts on that. Or were you going to add anything else?
No, I don't have anything further in depth, but yes, one side of it has to change. I mean, you know, we have to have the farmer. Obviously, I think y'all's audience probably understands that. Probably there's a lot of people out there that think it's welfare,
yeah,
and all that, and they just don't understand.
Well, and that's the problem. Like for anybody new listening out there, where we're generally against these packages, is that all this is going to do is help make some of the creditors whole.
Yeah,
it's not going to really help any of the farmers.
It just comes into our hands and passes right out.
Well, and like Drew's buddy talking about, you know, helping the input costs. Well, when they give out these aid packages, that allows them, essentially that just ensures that now
we don't have to lower prices.
Yeah, because we're going to keep getting our money because the aid money just, the farmer is literally just a middleman there. You know, Trump says they're giving it to the farmers. No, they're giving it to John Deere, you know. Bayer, whoever.
Yeah.
All the big corporate companies that, there's just a handful of them that control the whole industry. All the seed, the chemical, the equipment.
Well, and I told the woman there yesterday, I said, because again, she was really trying, and she told me it was funny when we started the interview. She goes, "This is not a gotcha type interview," which then my buddy from Real News No Bullshit.
But if you'll tell me that give me a sound clip that you don't like Donald Trump.
Well, that's what Real News guy John called me afterwards, and he was funny because he was like, "Hey man, I want to hear your thoughts on this." And I told him, I said, "Well, it's funny you call. I just did an interview with New York Times," and he was like, "Damn, how'd New York Times track you down?" And I said, "Oh," I said, "They referenced some of your interview that you did with me." And he was like, "I'll be shit. They've been trying to get my ass for a long time." And so, I told her, I said, and again, I was playing this really, I didn't want them to sway me, or not sway me, but to edit me in a way that made me look like some liberal idiot.
Yeah.
And, that's basically what they did to the dudes in Henderson, Tennessee. Yeah. They make them look like idiots, but then made them look like basically they just bashed Trump for the entire session. And so I told her, I cited the fact that China, I told her, I said, first off, the tariffs actually didn't hurt us in row crop that bad because our prices were higher at harvest this year than they were last year. And then I told her also, China began investing in Brazil in about 2007 to 2008 timeframe. So this has been going on for a long time. And I guess technically, if you wanted to trace that back, that would have been like Obama, that China really started beefing up their investment into China. And some of the people are they're like, if you want to put some blame on somebody, Obama was president when a lot of these big companies consolidated. And they said, really and truthfully, that should have been a monopoly that they didn't allow to happen.
Yeah, they should have blocked the sale of some of those, or the acquisition of
that's right
competitors by companies that, resulted in them.
But I told her, I said, I don't think that the policymakers understand the scale of losses. And I think the problem with that is because our ag is so diverse in this country in the sense that, man, like we all know in our area here in West Tennessee, we got our asses kicked. Our neighbors in Arkansas, they pretty much got their asses kicked. We got neighbors in Mississippi, South Missouri that got their asses kicked. But then there's guys in some parts of Illinois and Iowa that had the best crop they've ever had. Like there's a dude that farms right on the Tennessee state line, I guess bordering Alabama, and he had the best crops he's ever had. So I understand like it's probably difficult to like try to pinpoint a number, but I have seen where Farm Bureau or somebody said that farmers were going to lose like $44 billion this year. And so it's like when you hear that number and they're going to throw essentially $11 billion at it, that's
a quarter.
And to me, I told them, I said a bailout is, in my opinion, an actual bailout would be reset to zero. Not saying pay off your debts, but like, what did you lose on the cross? If we're going to bail you out, it's like, how much did you lose? Okay, you lost $200,000. You need to cover $200,000 of losses so that you start the year at zero. That to me would be an actual bailout. And that's the numbers we ran, where it would actually be about $66 billion.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's a misunderstanding of the scale of loss is kind of what I'm thinking.
Well, and I think a lot of it's just politics. Like,
do you think that it's optics? Do you think it's just kind of them being like, we're helping the farmers out, here's $12 billion?
I think it's a hell of a lot of that. And because I don't know. I mean, I'm just like you. I voted for Trump 3 times, but
I did too.
I mean,
I'll say, Drew, you're a Kamala voter. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Bobby Lee made a comment earlier about, out of respect to me, I've never voted for Kamala. I won't go any further.
No. What I meant there was I didn't want to turn this into a total. I didn't want to be talking about Kamala's rise to political fame and how she got there and getting way off tracks on.
Did you think you were going to offend Drew?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sensitive. I'm a snowflake as well.
I'm like, here, it took us 4 years to get Drew here, and then now I'm gonna. This is gonna be the episode where we go viral because I'm talking about Kamala sucking wieners to get in political office. And hey, I'm just stating facts. Everybody knows that's true.
They do.
I mean,
Yeah.
that part, and that wasn't her getting into the Senate or whatever. That was when she got to her first step into politics in San Francisco.
Yeah.
She was Willie Brown's mistress.
Yeah.
Like, she literally, I don't even think she disputes that. Like,
No. Yeah.
And he was the political
She was slanging them things for her.
he was the political kingmaker out there.
Yeah.
That's how she got into politics.
Yeah. I wonder if she did any cocaine back then.
I'd probably think more of her if she did. At least she could, I know.
Justify her
Well,
actions.
they always used to tell us in college, like in the fraternity, when people would do stupid stuff, that being drunk is not an excuse. And but maybe if she was all coked out, that you can be like, okay.
Maybe she just was on. Maybe this was just one
Because she was
long.
like 25 and he was like in his 60s.
Yeah, I think she was pretty good looking back in the day.
Yeah.
She loved him.
Yeah, she
loved
did.
him.
She was love. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
No other motives. She just loved him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loved her.
Yeah. Hey, you can't stop love.
You can't stop love. You can't. Well, maybe she's just been on one long coke ride. Not a cock ride, one long coke ride.
You know, that might explain some of the public speaking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never done enough cocaine to know how I would speak
Yeah.
if I did it, but
And Drew, could you give us any experience?
Zero. Zero. So
I always assumed she was drunk.
Well, she sounded drunk as hell. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's
You ought to go down there.
you could ask her about her.
I need to go down there and be like, have you ever done cocaine? What about Mayor Willie? Now I'm assuming he's dead.
I don't even know. I'm not even going to waste my time looking it up. I don't care.
Now she's married now, though, right?
Yeah, to that. Well,
He's a white dude.
yeah, he's a white dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So then the
'Cause, yeah,
saying
'cause
isn't
I
true.
get her because, of course, she ran with Walls. But yeah, like her stepdaughter is like weird as they freaking come.
Walls is a man's man. Do you see that?
No.
He just did, Gavin Newsom. He does, he's got a podcast because he's trying to become like an average man. So people vote for him for president.
Oh,
And
yeah, just a regular old dude.
He's just a good old dude, man. But he's, what did Walls say? He said that men, they're talking about conservative men. He said they're intimidated by him because he is a real man. He can fix a broken truck. And he was like, it's true. I'm a real man. And he literally said that on a podcast with Gavin Newsom. But,
Yeah, that's her stepdaughter.
is she a tranny or is she a,
I think she's just that damn weird looking.
wow.
Yeah.
Man, Kamala.
I remember during the campaign, I was like, whoa.
Is Kamala, is she half white?
So Kamala, that was a whole funny thing. They because it was politically, advantageous to label her as African American. I believe she's Indian, like Asian Indian, not
okay.
Native American, and Jamaican.
Okay.
Like she is zero. Like calling her an African American
It's not even true. It's geographically mistaken.
That's the whole thing where it's like Elon Musk is 1,000,000,000% more African American than Kamala. But
because I don't say her daughter looks white as Wonder Bread.
well, I don't think it's her. I think it's her husband's daughter. I think it's her stepdaughter. But
gotcha.
yeah, there was a funny meme I used to. It was something where it's where it was like a New York Times headline where. It's like maybe.
What do you got against New York Times?
Well, I don't even know if it was New York Times, but Washington Post, whatever. But back when she got elected to the Senate, it's she's the first Indian person elected to the Senate, and then whenever she's I don't know, somewhere else, she's the first African American.
So she's a chameleon, man. She just goes to whatever.
It had a magician twirl the wand. It says it was whatever. Poof! Now you're African American.
So she's kind of like Pocahontas.
You're whatever that you need to be to be politically
Yeah.
advantageous. I'm pretty sure she's Jamaican Indian, which is cool. Like hell, whatever. I don't care what you are.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't pretend to be something you aren't.
Yeah. Well, that party's good at that. Yeah, I don't know. I got a lot of mixed feelings on the tractors. You mentioned that, Drew, because I watched Trump talk about that, and I love the idea of getting rid of DEF. And I love the idea of going back to just a wide open, like a diesel motor is meant to be, which is just wide open. And the more, because diesel needs that airflow. And My only thing where, like, I would love to see it, because my combine guzzles DEF. Like, it takes a ton of DEF. But my only question or my wonder is, what is it going to make it cheaper? Because now they're going to basically have to redesign the machines to go back to running without.
What, do they have to redesign them, or do they just pull out their old designs? Like,
well, I mean,
can
now
they not just go back?
I don't. Well, see, now, have you seen these apparatuses on these machines now? Like how humongous all of the exhaust crap is. Well, I mean, they could pull it off. Like,
oh, you're talking about like retrofitting the ones that are currently out there.
Well, and I mean, even making new ones. I feel like they're going to totally have to re-engineer their plan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm so far from being an engineer.
I mean, it's not like it's going to be just astronomical, but they've literally designed these motors now to run that way.
When did DEF become a thing?
About 07. Well, no, DEF came around probably, was it about 12 or 11?
Yeah, I was about to say, I was thinking 12 or 13, but
well, no,
I'm not for sure on that.
07 is when some of the emission stuff started coming out.
They've had to change everything, to accommodate the DEF, but could they not, would we not just be better off going back to, all right, let's pull out all the designs from 2011 and we'll just start putting that.
But they ain't going to do that, though.
Oh, well, yeah, the equipment manufacturers. And yeah, I think it's very naive to think, well, we're going to pull all this stuff off and the machine's going to be cheaper. Yeah. Hell no.
Yeah.
Well, and then I thought you were going to go this direction. All right, what do I do with my equipment that's already got all this shit?
Yeah.
Now, it was worth zero on the used equipment market. Nobody's going to want to trade for something that
would take DEF.
Is that far inferior to the new stuff, or you're going to have about a 15-year window in there where this equipment ain't worth jack shit.
Yeah.
Like all the pre-DEF stuff is, advantageous, and then all the post-DEF, but all the DEF stuff is, obsolete.
You don't think they could figure out how to delete a combine?
They can. They can.
I'm just throwing that out there.
I can tell you, it's about $4,500.
Okay.
Hell, that's shit.
No, I mean, that's not, in the grand scheme of ag expenses, that's not a drop in the bucket.
Well, I mean, hell, a John Deere, if you give a bearing go down, it's that much.
Yeah. But because I asked a guy that,
if you call the parts counter, I think they charge you a service. Just.
They probably.
It's like calling your lawyer. They send you a bill.
They start the clock when you call.
Yeah.
No, I asked a guy. I was like, man, what about deleting the combine? He's like, yeah, I've deleted combines. He said, man, you said about $4,500. Oh, and it makes them a beast.
I would have figured it would have been $15,000.
No, I mean, it's but my whole big thing though, John Deere, Case, all these companies, just the way that they are, it's not going to be a simple, all right, well, we'll just roll this back.
Oh yeah, they're still going to try to be profitable.
They are.
There's no doubt.
And Trump even said in that statement that he wants to make it where the percentage additional that they'll make, they can't pocket. But I just don't know how you regulate that. Like, I like the idea, and I told this,
because I don't like a lot of government regulating much of anything.
Well, but I told the woman yesterday. I said Trump is one of the first presidents that is really raising awareness to the expenses. Like, he's one of the first guys that's been they are like looking into, all right, are the big four meat packers, what are they doing? And I don't know how that'll end, but he has acknowledged that there is something at play there. He has acknowledged fertilizer is too damn expensive. He's acknowledged that equipment is too damn expensive. I haven't heard any other president even acknowledge that. I did see something that I am truly intrigued by today. They've announced $700 million for regenerative ag. Did y'all see that?
No.
And this will be through EQIP programs. I know you've used that, Drew. And I have. You've used EQIP, haven't you, Bobby Lee?
I don't. No, I don't. I've never used EQIP.
Okay.
I don't think. Which is it an RCS program?
It is.
Yeah, correct.
It is. And it's like, it's an enhancement. EQIP. I don't remember what it stands for. But anyways, it's my cover crop program that I'm in is EQIP. And it pays for a portion of the cover crop seed, and it's going to be through EQIP, and it'll be to help you convert to regenerative ag. And see, I don't know their scale of regenerative, because this just came out today, so I'm curious to see how this is going to be, because true regenerative scale is like cover crops. you still can have corn, soybeans, whatnot, but then you also implement livestock. And so it's that cycle all the time. And so I don't know if the money's going to go towards helping, because one, I had somebody the other day ask me, man, why don't you go to like regenerative ag? And I said, dude, I got a couple of farms that are on the side of Highway 14. I said, none of my farms have fences on them. I said, I got to have fences. And I said, water, and damn, if I had cattle spread on all my farms, I'd have to take water to like 30 fields a day if I was having to haul in water. And so the fencing, and someone even said, well, just run, a couple strands of hot wire. Like, I would never sleep.
Well, and even that, that's a lot of manpower.
And you got to move them. You got to move them.
Well, and it seems like, because whenever I tried to use some of that money to plant cover crop, they didn't want you grazing it.
Well, they are weird about that.
And I'm like,
it's got to be a certain height and all that.
Yeah.
And they can only eat it down to a certain level, and you got to pull them off of it.
And I understand that. Like, that's important for any grazing, whether they're grazing cover crop or perennials. But, like, it's I don't know. Government's not the answer.
No, they were honestly discouraging of the grazing thing.
Yeah, and even though you're like, what can be more damn natural and regenerative than that?
Yeah,
but,
besides the cows ruining the ozone layer with their farts, but yeah.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard anything about that in a long time.
Oh, funny enough, I was listening to Lonesome Lands, which I've mentioned them before. Great listen. Today, theirs that came out this week, they were talking about how the latest stupidity from the beef checkoff was they were funding a program that was now being taught in schools, and how Jim actually went through the whole program. It was like pretty much teaching these kids, it was basically wanting them to devise a plan for how to help farmers understand how bad their cows were for the environment and like how to help them fix that problem. And this is literally funded by the beef checkoff. Drew and I are paying for kids to be taught
that y'all are bad,
that cows are bad,
yeah.
and to help us fix it. And Jim was like, he's like, I can barely talk about this. It makes me so mad.
Yeah.
I was like, Jim and Shad, they're doing the Lord's work there on Lonesome Lands. I recommend it. After you got done listening to this, you should listen to Lonesome Lands podcast as well.
Hey, before we finish this one, our Spotify Wrapped. I haven't told you about that, have I?
I don't even know what that is.
At the end of the year, Spotify does the Wrap thing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we end that, I'll get that. Trying to think, Drew, while we got you here, what's that? What else we need to pick Drew's brain on while we got him here?
Well, you made so much money on cattle this year because you sold at the high basically and didn't buy back in. I mean, I know y'all went to the NFR and did all this cool stuff. What were you doing with all your money?
Yeah, I didn't make that much money, but
I don't say you're still in the same truck. I was expecting like a Bentley or something to drive up here.
Oh, well,
Bobby Lee, I know that he's a cattleman too. He left his Ferrari at home.
Well, I was stupid enough that I bought back in at the high.
Yeah,
and which they've come back a bunch over these last 3 or 4 weeks. But
yeah. I mean, it was a good year, but yeah, I did not buy back in. I was a little nervous, but yeah, I mean, this year we did it a little different. We fed them heavy with grain and put more pounds on them early, and the market was good, and we didn't have them but for 4 months.
Yeah.
Bought them in early March.
Tell them a little bit about what you do.
So my cattle operation is strictly a stocker operation. Typically buy bulls and steers close to 600 pounds is kind of what we like. Buy the same thing that Bobby Lee buys essentially, and that way we can sell them in a bigger group. You're definitely going to get money. More money if you've got the numbers, particularly at least one truckload, which is 50,000 pounds. But yeah, every year, I think I've done it for 5 years now. I've always bought bulls and steers. I actually like steers a little better.
Why?
I think it's less stress on them when you get them because you're not having to castrate them. And I think, stress obviously can lead to more problems, less weight gain early. The counter to that is steers cost more than bulls. And then this year, supply was down a little bit, so you kind of get what they send you, which we don't typically go and buy them. At least I don't. We use a group, and I guess we can shout them out. Dixon Regional Livestock Center in Dixon, Tennessee has been really good to us. And typically we call them, tell them what we want. They send us high quality cattle. And we go from there. And but I usually tell them, hey, the more steers, the better.
Yeah.
But like this year, numbers were down, and so hey, whatever I got, I don't even remember what my split was on steers and bulls. But it's strictly a stocker operation that I run. Some years, I think the first year we bought them March, April, held them till after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Other years we've sold them in August. This was by far the earliest, but the weight gain was still really good because we did feed them heavy because hey, feed was cheap this year.
Yeah.
So
you're welcome.
We love that $4 corn.
yeah,
I was gonna say you're welcome.
It went really good. One year we backgrounded or had heifers that did not go good. We knew they wouldn't gain as much weight, but it was a significant drop.
Really?
And I did not feed mine as heavy as I did my steers this year.
Yeah.
But I still fed them pretty solid. And I remember talking to the guy that runs the barn there. He said, man, you just got to feed those heifers heavy. And I was like, dude, I thought I did. So,
Which you're smarter than me. You go all in, all out.
yeah.
You know, in terms of you buy a group, you sell them all. Drew's not having to get up at 4:30 every morning to feed cows before he goes into his day job. Not this time of year. You did well up through July.
If I were gonna go into cattle, I would want to go the way that Drew does. That would be more enjoyable, in my opinion.
Yeah. This time of year,
I don't want cattle over winter.
Correct.
Well, and like right now today, I mean, we're relatively dry right now.
But it's going to be.
I fed cows in my cowboy boots today.
And you see in a few days, it's going to be like 14 degrees.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just going to be brutal, man. But the cold's not as bad as just when it gets sloppy and nasty.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've talked about that. Like, I don't enjoy messing with cows in the wintertime.
Yeah. Saturday night and Sunday. I think Sunday the high is like 29. It's going to be down in the teens. But I think there is some rain for next week, but we're going to be dry. So I don't even really mind that.
Yeah.
Heck, ground will be good and hard. I don't have to worry about mud at all. I hate when we get in the middle of February. Every year this happens, where I literally question my life choices.
Oh, yeah, the ground turns into soup.
Yeah, I mean, because it's 35 and just rains and rains.
The cows look miserable as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I hate even, whenever I lived over at my old house over there, you know, our dad's cattle were out there and, they're like shit. They're like hunched up almost. Like, they look like they feel like shit.
But like Sunday morning, Monday morning, here this next week, when it's going to be in the teens, but it's going to be dry.
Oh, they won't care at all.
Oh, no. They'll be... Yeah, I mean, they'll be out there. They'll be
all skippy and happy. Yeah, man.
They'll be happy to see me showing up with a little feed.
Willis might run out there and slap one of them like he did at the birthday party.
Yeah. My son was being, wild man Willis. Trying to show off for his buddies.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's, and Drew, your wife, he got the hat on. They've got quite a history in the mule world for sure. Is it true that Tommy Lee Jones has bought some mules from them?
Yes, that is correct.
All right, so give us a little idea of what they do.
Yeah, so I married into the mule industry. I'm not an expert. I definitely know more now, but my wife's family, the Reese family, huge in the mule industry. If you know anybody that has a mule and is big into it, they probably know them or have at least heard of them. But shoot, they've been dealing with mules for over 100 years.
Dang.
My wife and her brother, I think they are their fourth generation. So they buy and sell mules. If you want a mule, they can get it for you. They have a bunch on hand. If not, they'll get it for you. They also have a sale company, Tennessee Mule Sale, that my wife's a partner in. Have two big mule sales a year. One's kind of more of a draft mule sale.
Yeah.
That's the second week of January. And then in April, they have a riding mule sale. But yeah, I mean, they have a ton of contacts throughout the country. They send a bunch of mules out to the Grand Canyon. So if you've ever ridden a mule at the south rim of the Grand Canyon, it's probably from Reese Brothers Mule Company.
Awesome.
I think this year they sent close to 30 out there. My father-in-law and brother-in-law are the ones doing that. My brother-in-law is usually hauling them out there.
Dang.
And
So they take them out there for like a little while and then bring them back?
oh no, they're selling them, but
Okay.
they essentially have a contract, and they every year are taking groups out there. But no, when they tell them how many they want, they're going to buy them, or they've either got them, and then a lot of times they're going to ride them, make sure they're the quality they want, and then he either hauls them out there or pays somebody to haul them out there.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't haul them, he flies on a plane, goes out there, and then he stays with them for a day or two, and they're riding them, making sure they're happy, and then he'll come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have a ton of contacts with outfitters, mule deer, elk, out west.
Wonder how they got tied up with old Tommy Lee.
Essentially, I think he wanted, I don't know if it was one mule or multiple, but, because they're so big in the mule industry, he flew in and, they're to their place from what I understand. I wasn't around then.
I was going to say, how many years ago would that have been?
I don't know. I'd have to ask my father-in-law exactly, but I mean, my father-in-law, and then sold him a mule essentially. And, I think he wanted to keep it quiet that he was in town, but it was Tommy Lee Jones. So.
Yeah, that's badass, man. That's just cool. I like old Tommy.
Oh yeah, they're rock stars in the mule industry, and like, not to go back to NFR, but like when we were out there was a mule family that they're good friends with that actually was selling tack at the Rio. That's why we went there, met with him.
Yeah.
And then the third round of the NFR, like I said, we didn't go, but we actually went to the South Point for a watch party, which that's the other thing. There's watch parties everywhere.
Yeah.
Even if you're not in the NFR, you can go to a casino, watch it. But anyways, there was another mule friend from up north, I think in Minnesota, that he had some awesome seats where the gold buckle ceremony is every night.
Oh, wow.
And because they knew him and he knew we were out there, he's like, we got y'all seats. And we just like walked right in like 5 minutes before it started, like had a perfect view of the TV.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they've got a ton of connections. And, yeah, we have usually a mule baby every year because of that. And,
now, what is a mule?
yeah, so a mule would be a cross between a mare, a female horse, and a jack, a male donkey.
Okay. Because now a mule cannot breed, like mules can't have a mule, correct?
Correct.
So what does a mule have?
They have like an odd number of chromosomes where they cannot reproduce.
Oh, so they just don't breed.
They don't. I think there's like some rare reports of a mare or molly mule that can become pregnant if a jack bred to her, but I think that's really rare. Yeah, if you have it doesn't mean that the mule won't try to breed them.
Yeah.
But a successful breeding,
Well, he still likes to practice
because they have an odd number of chromosomes is not going to happen.
And so, yeah, it has to be a mare and a jack. If you have a jenny, which is a female donkey, and a stallion, a male horse, what do they call that?
A henny.
A henny.
a henny.
A henny.
What do the mule people think of hennies?
Man, I really don't know. Like I say, I just married into this. I'll say this.
I would assume like that they really look down on that. Like that's not.
Yeah, of going to I've never seen a henny in my life. Let me throw that out there. And if I did, I didn't know it was.
They're undesirable.
Are they like ugly? They ugly, funky looking?
I mean, I really don't know. I'd have to Google it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what it is, but
Yeah. A henny. Okay.
Oh, it's funny. Like, I mean, there's people like they have guys for their, especially the riding mule sale, I guess, where they sell a lot that are used for like pack mules and like riding in the mountains for these hunting trips. They have guys that fly in from all over the West.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
What is
crazy?
What, like, now a mule? Because see, my only experience anything even close would have been us having burros.
Yep.
Now a mule, they're bigger than a burro, are they? Or
it depends on what type of.
They can vary. Yeah.
yeah.
It depends on what type of horse the jack is breeding to. So I mean, like I say, they have the draft mule sale.
Yeah.
That's where you have a jack that's breeding to like a Belgian or a Percheron, which is going to be a draft horse.
So that'd be big.
Well, think of the size of a Clydesdale.
That's what when you said draft, I'm just assuming Clydesdale.
Yes. So, I mean, those are probably 1,500 to 1,800 pounds at mature weight.
Yeah.
And those are going to be the ones that are going to pull your buggies, your carts, stuff like that. But like
they sell a lot of mules like to big quail hunting plantations.
Yeah, plantations. Like they send a lot down to like Georgia and North Florida.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they have a lot of contacts, like with the Amish and the Mennonites. They're always at the sales. And, a lot of times, one, they're buying and selling. But, a lot of times, like they may buy some draft mules, send them to the Amish for them to work them. They need them to work their ground, right?
Yep.
And then they'll get them back. And, they've been worked and handled a bunch. But yeah, it just depends on what they're bred with. Like at the riding mule sale, they're going to call that a quarter mule and think of that as the size of a quarter horse, about 1,000 pounds at mature weight.
Do people buy like if I had cattle out here and, we used to keep burros with cattle, do people do that? Do they keep mules with cattle?
Not necessarily for the same reason probably that you're thinking about.
They don't like help protect or keep away coyotes or anything like that?
Oh, I think they probably do potentially, but like some of these mules they're selling are high-end mules.
Yeah. They ain't the kind you just gonna buy and stick out and just kind of walk around.
Oh yeah, there's, I don't know, at some of their sales, some of those draft teams, they're selling them in teams. I don't know, I've probably seen them bring 35,000.
And how many's in a team?
Two.
Wow.
But yeah,
I'm not gonna buy one of those to put out in the pasture.
Like, some of the nicest riding mules that like they may show with it, right? There are mule shows.
Yeah.
Shoot, some of the best ones may bring that same price, 35,000.
Or just one.
Yeah. But like, that's not going to be the average, right? That's going to be the high end. Those mules are, they're nice, the ones that are bringing that money. And, if you were to watch them walk or watch them at a show, if you didn't look at their ears, you probably couldn't tell the difference between them and a horse, unless it was in my opinion, a speed competition. They're not going to be quite as fast as your.
But now they're hardier than a horse, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hardier and, not to offend the horse people, I would say smarter.
Yeah. Well, you ain't got to worry about that. I talk about how dumb horses are on here.
They're more sure-footed, so like that's why they're better out west.
Yeah.
And then they always say they're more about self-preservation. Like, like a horse gets his foot wrapped up in a barbed wire fence, it's going to freak out and probably like cut its leg halfway off trying to get out.
Yeah.
Like they always say, a mule will just stand there until somebody comes and
takes
care of it.
Yeah. No,
I know just from hunting out west that the whole horse versus mule, it's like red versus green equipment. Like
totally,
it's just who you talk to.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
When we elk hunted last year, we were in a camp and I had a bunch of horses and mules, and the guy I was hunting with, which he was actually, speaking of rodeo, he was a big rodeo guy. He was horses. He was cussing mules. The other guy that my buddy Lee was hunting with, he was a mule guy. Like they had a pack mule and they were both riding mules.
I wanted alpacas.
Alpacas, they spit on you.
Yeah, I want to take some alpacas.
Yeah, them jokers can be mean.
Yeah.
From my very limited experience.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the times when I kind of realized how big they were in the mules. I was reading an article in a hunting magazine about an outfitter. I think they were doing lion hunts in like Utah.
It's in Utah.
Yeah, and they were talking about how the two brothers, like one of them was a big mule guy, one was a big horse guy, and he's like, oh yeah, and like the one that loved mules, he's like, yeah, he went all the way to Tennessee to get a mule, and I
immediately, you knew what he was talking about.
Well, I immediately asked her, I was like, and he like texted his brother-in-law, and he's like, yeah, they sell him mules.
Nice.
They're at the sales every year.
Yeah.
That family. Yeah.
So.
Well, that's awesome, man. Well, I know Drew is already about an hour and a half past his bedtime, so we'll try to get you out of here in just a second, Drew.
It's 10:05 for our listeners.
Yes.
Real times we're sitting here.
Yeah.
Hey, this is early for me and you.
I know. Yeah. And it's about 2.5 hours before my bedtime.
Yeah, you're gonna go inside and watch a movie.
I might go in and watch a movie, and it's still, the night is young. So I did want to shout out before we wrap up some of our podcast wrap stuff. It's pretty cool. So
this is specifically like our statistics they give us.
Yeah, just
you can go on there and you can look at like what you listen to.
Yeah, no. This is for our audience on Spotify. Yeah. This is just Spotify. So our audience increased 276%. It's pretty nice. It's pretty good. We appreciate that. Our followers, so audience and then followers is two different. Our followers is up 55%. So you're listening. Some of you ain't hitting that follow button. We need you to hit that. Listening time. For last year, they listened for 1.8 million minutes.
1.8 million minutes.
If you're about to look up some other stuff, I can just tell you it's 30,000 hours.
I just got to put in my mind how long 1.8 million minutes is.
It's 1,200 days of listening, 181 weeks.
That's 30,000 hours.
Yeah.
That's 1,250 days.
That's what it just said.
Oh, did you say that? I'm doing math. I can't.
Yeah, it's right here. 1,200 days, 181 weeks, 41 months, and 3 years.
Yeah, 3.42 years.
3 years of listening.
Non-stop.
Non-stop.
If it was one person, I guess.
Our most downloaded episode was actually episode 203. Kind of surprised me. I thought it would be 200. But it was 203. The title got it, just America.
Yeah.
And it had 25% more plays than on average. But the part I wanted to get to was what music and stuff that our podcast people are listening to.
So you get the, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube does the same thing. Like, what other channels does your audience watch? So
Yep.
what kind of audience does
Well, we
ours?
reached 30 countries. Who do you think our top 5 countries are?
Okay, U.S.
All right.
Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else you think? Who do y'all think's number 3? Y'all got number 1 is U.S., number 2 is Canada. Who do you think number 3 is?
Oh, Australia.
All right. Yep. Number 4.
I'm trying
We'll
to
go top 5.
They got to be English speaking. I don't know, Drew, jump in here.
Great Britain. I have no idea.
It's number 4 is New Zealand. Number 5 is Portugal.
Portugal.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have guessed that.
I wouldn't even know Portugal. What do they speak English? I mean, I guess. So somebody's like
Not primarily.
they don't know what we're
I
saying,
think in
but
Europe, a
they're
lot of them, they are multilingual.
yeah. Somebody's listening. They're like, I don't know what these guys are saying, but damn it, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. All right, so we're a top 10 show for 1,200 people. And we're a top 5 show for 864 people. And we're the number 1 show for about almost 300 people. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So here we go. Let me skip all of this. All right. So I was a little bit sad when I saw the top artist.
I can see who's number 1. That's not bad.
Yeah, and I know you said that because Pat creeped on your Spotify last night when you commented on the thing, and he was like, your cousin's been jamming some Morgan Wallen. I got to give him some shit.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't ever do Spotify.
Okay, well, he was like, yeah, I looked at Bobby Lee because he was like,
so he can see my stats.
yeah.
Was he really my number 1 on Spotify?
No. He just clicked your name and it shows.
Okay.
Like the LGBT stuff you've been listening to, like he saw that on there too. The top 5 artists, Morgan Wallen is number 1. I was like, come on,
I'm
man.
not surprised it's country.
Yeah.
1, he's really popular. 2, he's a Tennessee boy.
I know, and I mean, whatever.
Morgan Wallen.
Is it Waylon or Wallen?
I think it's Wallen.
Okay.
One of my buddies says that
Waylon,
to be funny.
just instead of Waylon Jennings.
He watches. He'll text me.
All right. Zach Bryan's number 2. Treaty Oak Revival, number 3. Have y'all ever heard of them?
Yeah.
Is that a country band?
Yeah, they're like, I don't know what you'd call the genre. They're like more
Southern rock or something?
like the Americana, like kind of like Turnpike Troubadours, maybe like.
Oh, shit, that's even worse than I was imagining.
Oh, I love Turnpike.
George Strait was number 4. That's a good one.
Should have been number 1.
Yeah.
They're, to me, more real country than most of the stuff that's really on, of the new artist.
The only ones of this list that I like is number 4 and number 5. Number 4 is George Strait. Number 5 is Zach Top. I can get down. Both of those are good. But it hurt my feelings because there ain't a damn rock band 1 on here. I'm like, man, where is Alice in Chains? And I know we got some listeners that are Metallica fans because they send me stuff all the time.
Yeah, but I don't know, because I'm not, so like all those artists, like George Strait is really the only one that, you know, is I would say past its prime.
Yeah.
Like it is more of a classic.
Yeah.
And so I feel like the classics are just up against it because, I mean, they just are, because they're not, currently producing a bunch of hits. Because I'm the same way as you. I love to listen to rock, but I don't, like, none of the rock I listened to is less than like 30 years old.
Yeah, everything I listen to is pretty much I did my Wrapped on Amazon Music, because that's what I use, and it said that my listening age was 60.
Yeah.
So I listened to old stuff. I mean, but my top bands were Alice in Chains, Metallica, Creed. I mean, I'm like,
it's all shit from the 90s.
It is,
or older.
My number one song was actually it was Rob Zombie was my number one song. So, but yeah, I just thought it was interesting. No rock.
See, a lot of mine, because I do Amazon Music.
That's what I do.
Because I don't have any commercials.
It has a Wrapped on it.
And I looked at mine the other day, which I mentioned him earlier. Ryan Bingham's like my number one there. Like,
yeah.
But that's what annoys me. You can't turn on country radio nowadays and listen to the good country shit that's actually coming out. Like, they'll play some Zach Top, but you're not going to hear Ryan Bingham and that type of crowd.
Yeah.
Whiskey Myers and
I like some Whiskey Myers.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff, which I consider like, all right, this is real country music and it's new stuff.
Yeah.
But like, you turn on like the actual country station, like here in town, and it's a bunch of pop music.
Yeah,
basically.
it's terrible.
Yeah.
You want to cue the man? Drew, you know the routine. We're gonna put you on the spot. But Bobby Lee's got to cue up again, we're always very high tech.
Yeah, we got high tech there just very temporarily, and then
I had to get a new phone.
Yeah.
And my Samsung doesn't like Biden, apparently.
Damn Samsung.
You got a Samsung too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Both.
I'm not an iPhone guy.
All right, we're on the same page.
Let me start off with two words: made in America.
Made in America. No, I'll tell you a funny story. I mentioned Creed. Me and my buddy John went to the Creed concert, and John is an iPhone guy, and he always is giving me shit about having an Android. They're like, "Oh, you're damn green," text messages.
Yep.
But we were there, and we had pretty good seats. And Scott Stapp, he's the singer for Creed. He's up there singing, and John and I both have our phones out, and we're like videoing Scott. Well, my phone, you can like see the damn sweat, like Scott's singing, you can like see the sweat rolling down his arm. And John's over there like trying to zoom in, and I mean, you can't even hardly tell. You're like, I don't know if that's a person or if that's a speaker I'm zooming in on. And John leaned over and he was like, "Man, I hate your stupid phone," because like my zoom was just, 100 times zoom. I use this as binoculars sometimes if I don't have any.
Yeah, I've never owned an iPhone, so I don't have anything to compare to, but I'm like, hey, I've been happy.
Marcy has an iPhone, and I've like messed with hers, and it doesn't, I can't stand it. It don't even have a back button. Like, my phone has a back button.
Oh yeah.
And I can push back and get back. I use her phone. I'm like, how the hell how do I get out of this?
Yep.
So what's your Made in America company?
Yeah, I halfway prepared. So the one I wanted to do is American based, but I don't think this product is 100% in America.
Well, we won't hold it against you necessarily.
Well, I'll tell you about it, and then I got a second one.
All right.
But I'm afraid y'all have done the second one. So I have a small operation, right? But John Dow Industries has a small fuel tank that it only holds like 55 or 58 gallons, but it's been good for me.
Yeah.
Right? And it's light enough. It's like a hard plastic. When it's empty, I can pick it up and put it in the back of my truck. But they are American based. They're based in Ohio.
John Dow
Industries. Yeah, and it's not terribly expensive. It would not be good for what you're doing.
Yeah.
And like I said, I actually store it under cover. But when it's full, it's in the back of my truck. I unload it with the tractor. But when it's empty, I pick it up. Just my hands.
Well, it'd be perfect on like my little tractor at the farm store. It holds like 35 gallons.
Yeah, and everything's there.
Yeah.
And you just buy it. Heck, I think I looked at it tonight to see if it was actually all made in America, because I knew they were American based. I think it was like $870. Exaga may have it. I don't want to speak for that.
Yeah.
But I bought it a couple years ago. But for sure, the American made one that y'all may have done. Y'all probably done Hank's belts.
We have, yeah, because you got one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did your dad get you one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I've got. But look, I've had 2 belts since I became a veterinarian. I don't remember the other one. I wish I could highlight them.
You've been a veterinarian for what, almost 12 years, 13 years.
Oh man, 13 years.
Yeah, I was
in
about to say almost 13. Yeah,
13 years today?
No, 13 years in. I think I started on June 3rd.
Oh, I thought you said 13 years
2013.
today.
I was about to say 13. So yeah,
It'll be between 12 and 13. But literally, I've worn this belt every day for 2 years, high quality.
Yeah.
But then you also could talk about Blue Note, which I've probably also
We
highlighted.
have. Yeah, it's good stuff.
But yeah, the John Dow Industries, I've been happy with that item for a small operation. Like I say, it's simple. Been good for me.
if something happened to my fuel tank, that's probably what I'd go with.
Yeah.
Which I've got the one.
The one that hooks up that we used to have on the old service truck.
I think it used to be, I think it was I've seen it on the back or in the back of several pickups that you remember that old, I don't know if you'd call it red or orange Dodge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Man, that truck, I liked that
had
old truck.
open headers.
Yeah, it sounded awesome. That's why I liked it.
Yeah. They got rid of that truck. I never drove it.
I always just had to ride. I was too young, but it sounded awesome.
But then I think it used to ride in the back of that old Chevy truck your dad's got.
Yeah, it has been in a bunch. That's
which mine's about the same size. Which I had measured it, because it's just a, cube.
Yeah.
I was like, doing the math, like how many gallons would it hold? And yeah, when I fill it up, it holds right at like 50 to 55
It's about
gallons.
50, yeah, because I used it when my brother-in-law was fencing over there.
Yeah.
I would just keep fueling up his
But it
skid
is
steer and
awkward
stuff
to
for him.
load in and out of the back of the truck.
a plastic one would be nice because you could pick it up.
Oh, yeah, that one, we put it in the truck by hand, but yeah, it's like a two-person job. This one is like, my two daughters could load it when it's empty. Right.
Yeah. So John Dow, how do you spell
John Dow, D-O-W.
that? Okay. Just how it sounds. Awesome. Check that out. And guys, while you're doing that, we want you to go to talkdirtpodcast.com, go to the contact page, submit your questions on there. And actually, what we also want you to do is go to our shop page, because by the time this episode drops, there should be a shop page. And there's actually going to be hats, and I'm putting some koozies on there. And then we got 4 shirt designs. Got a good bit of shirts. We got mediums, large, XL, and 2XL. If you're a small or you're a triple XL, then you can either bulk up or lose a little weight and get you the shirt up or a shirt down. But guys, we do have that on there. We ask you to go get that. If y'all will order it soon, we'll do our damnedest to get it to you before Christmas. I think if they order within, I'd say probably still within the next week, it should be able to get to them.
So this episode will come out on the 12th. Oh, yeah. So we're using a Shopify platform?
Well, it's just on our website.
Okay.
Who's
Wix.
shipping them? Are y'all doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yep.
would say
All right.
if they place the order, and I was thinking about that, I was like, man, I need to be able to help you out with that too. I would say if they place the order by the 19th, that would mean that's a Friday. We could drop it off at the post office on the 20th.
Oh, wow, you're trusting the Postal Service.
Well, you're right. You're right. That's our first big mistake. So we drop it off at the post office on the 20th, that Saturday. You might get it on the 22nd of December. You might get it sometime in February.
I was gonna say, that's why I say
I would say, Darren, if we ship things on the 20th, unless it is a postal service sort of thing, unless we're shipping it to like Hawaii.
Yeah.
I would think you'd get it before Christmas.
Well, and I'm going to tell you, we got quite a bit of shirts, but we do have a limited number of hats, and we have a very limited number of koozies. So I would tell you to order with haste if you're wanting to get a lot of stuff.
And hey, we blow through this stuff. All we got to do is make one phone call, text message, we can get more.
Yep.
So hey, we'd love to sell out overnight.
That's right. That's right. So y'all go on there, get that stuff. Also, leave us 5-star ratings on Spotify and on Apple. And what else do you need to do?
Check out agzaga.com. Y'all heard us talk about all the good Christmas gifts and whatnot. Because my baby girl will not listen to this, I don't think. I just got in an order the other day. She just ran. She's like, I want a Breyer horse that's this specifically. So I got on there, looked up. By golly, they had
There
one.
you go.
The Breyer horses, the tractors, the farm equipment, all the good toys. And And they do ship very quick. I forget what night I made that order, but I think I got it yesterday.
Nice.
It just came in, ordered some ear tags and whatnot too. Then all the other, not that toys aren't practical. We all love toys. But they got all the other farm stuff too. The tools, the equipment, supplies you need. Talk Dirt 20 is that discount code, $20 off, $50 minimum order, and free shipping.
There you go. Drew, appreciate having you on, man.
Yeah,
Glad
it was
you
good.
came.
It was good.
Yeah, it took us 216 episodes to make it happen. We got you on. Guys, if we do recommend, I guess the Reese Brothers, do they have a website people can go check out?
Yeah, they've got a website also on Facebook. But yeah, if you're looking for a mule, they're the people to call.
Reese Bros Mules.
Now, in the sales, because I have yet to make it to one of their sales are a damn event.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're in Lebanon, Tennessee. January 10th is their draft mule sale, and then usually in April is their riding mule sale. But yeah, they're super cool. There's a lot of people that come. There's vendors there. There's not the number of vendors that are at the NFR, but there's 10 or 12 vendors there. It's at the Tennessee State Fair in Lebanon. But yeah, if you just went and watched, you would have a good time. The mule people are super nice, like great people to be around. And yeah, like at the riding mule sale, if you just watch those guys ride the mules in, man, they put on a show. Like they'll
want it to go this year.
Yeah, they'll be standing on the back of a mule with a bullwhip. They'll break out tarps to show how the mule's not going to get spooked or anything, rubbing them all over it. They'll lay some of the mules down. And like I say, this was completely new to me until I married into it. But it's a fun event. A lot of stuff to do up there.
It's like a big party too.
Yeah, everybody has a good time. There may be some alcohol that they partake in there potentially.
Is the big, because the sales are always on Saturdays, the big party night like Friday night, or is it Saturday night?
Yeah,
it's gotta be Saturday night.
There's
so you're
some
not
people
hungover.
that come in there days before, but like for the riding mule sale, the sales are always on Saturday. To answer that question,
because Rufus cooks like a bunch of pork chops and.
Yeah, so typically they're going to sell on Saturday, but particularly for the riding mule sale, Friday they have they call it a trail competition where they do pay out for the winners. But the whole point of that is for you, if you're interested in buying, to be able to watch those mules have to go through a competition under saddle with a lot of people out there and see how they act and how they move. And then, usually Friday night there's going to be a free meal for people that are there. Yeah, used to. My father-in-law, who also processes a lot of pigs, he would cook a bunch of pork chops. The last couple of years, one of his close friends has actually just cooked a whole hog, so it's barbecue. But they provide a meal on Friday night. Everybody's around there having a good time talking and hanging out till late hours. And then the sale usually starts around 10 on Saturday morning. Sometimes it's 10:15. The Reeses love them to death, but they're always running a little late. Sorry if y'all are watching. But yeah, usually around 10 on Saturday. And then, a lot of times, depending on the number they have, which they'll usually sell 150 to 250, there'll be people hanging out till 7 to 10 on Saturday night, and then a lot of them go eat after that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so. That's awesome. Well, awesome, guys. Well, y'all keep watching that, and like I said, we'll be back here next week, and like I said, glad to have you on the show, Drew. So
enjoyed it.
We'll catch y'all next week.
See y'all then.